So the floor is yours, dear Chancellor Merz, and congratulations, and we all look forward for the leadership of Germany.
Thank you, Prime Minister, dear Edi Rama. Many thanks for your warm welcome, and many thanks for your hospitality here in Tirana. And let me say that I'm very happy to be here and to have the honor and opportunity to be with you first time in this distinguished group of political leaders of Europe. Thank you to all of you who sent congratulations to my election, and I'm looking forward to a very close cooperation myself, but our new government as well, with all of you. So it's strongly needed, but we are ready to do so. Having said that, allow me to focus on 2 or 3 issues briefly. The first one is this European continent is challenged by something which we have not yet seen for decades, which is a very tough and strong war in Ukraine. This is not just a war against this country. If it were so, it was critical and terrible enough. But this is something which is directed against the entire political order of our continent. So you all know that Donald, Keir, Emmanuel and myself, we went to Kiev to see President Zelensky last Saturday. And we did that not just on our own behalf. Hopefully we did that on behalf of all of you, to show our decision and our commitment to this country and to this European political order. And we are determined, the 4 of us, and I hope all of you, that we have to continue to give support, strong support, politically, economically, financially, militarily, to this country. And our efforts have shown a very, very small diplomatic success. The fact that they are meeting today, first time for 3.5 years, is a very small but first positive signal. We have to do more on that, on diplomatic efforts, but we have to be very clear on our military support for this country as well. There should be no doubt that we are willing to continue to give our support. My second comment goes to our alliance with the United States. You know that my country is extremely grateful for what the Americans did after the Second World War. And we honored that several times in the last decade, especially last week when we celebrated, or when we thought about the 80 years of freedom and peace in Europe. I think that we have to undertake all efforts what we can to keep the Americans on our side. We cannot substitute or replace what the Americans still do for us in Europe, on our continent, and for our peace and freedom. We are faced with migration, and Keir Starmer mentioned that already. So let me give just one brief remark on us. We are faced with migration threats for a decade now. We are trying to resolve that. We will do anything what we can do jointly with the European Union, but we have to do something on our own. All what we are doing is in line with European law, and we are trying to coordinate our efforts with all our neighbors. And we are not willing to do anything what is giving new threats to you. But let's do it strictly, jointly, and efficiently. Third remark goes to our military procurement. We are all willing to spend more on military, on defense. That's true and necessary. But I have one demand. Don't let us talk about money only. We have to talk about efficiency, about the numbers of systems, and about economies of scale. We are not receiving enough material for our money. We are spending a lot of money, and we have to do more. But just spending more money on systems which are too numerous, on procurement which is too complicated, is not enough. So my country and my government is really ready to step forward in terms of more efficiency, better procurement, better cooperation on the European continent. And this is not against somebody outside the European Union. This is just in favor for us. And my last point is, if we are talking about competitiveness of our industries, this is for itself important enough. But we all know that our political systems, that our democracies are at risk. And so if we are showing ourselves able to resolve the problems, the war, the strong migration problems, the competitiveness of industry, we will prove that our political systems, that our governments, that our democracy is strong enough to do that. And that is, in my view, something which we have all to keep in mind when we are dealing with these issues on the European level. Last but not least, a promise. I know that there were some critics about the German engagement or the German commitment to Europe, to the European institutions and to the European Union. I asked my government to be as much as possible present on the European level, in the Council of Ministers, on other European institutions like this one and others, to show that Germany is clearly committed to what is necessary now in Europe, and that we are willing to find a new approach on our European commitment. That's not because we love Europe so much, that is because we all know that we can only be successful jointly. So many thanks for your warm welcome in this group. I'm looking forward to cooperate with you. I'm feeling very much at home in this group of people. Thank you so much.
And now I believe that you would agree with me that nobody better than our Commission President, Ursula von der Leyen, can be trusted with the final word of this opening session. And in this scenery, you can have the role of the director of the kindergarten now.